CTV Calgary, local breaking news.
Good afternoon. The final report on Calgary's 2024 water main break is out, with reasons for the break and recommendations for the future. The report shows the city was aware of the risk of the pipe failing as far back as 2004, when the same type of pipe failed at the McKnight feeder main. It says that for 2 decades, the city deferred inspection, monitoring, and risk mitigation due to underestimating the likelihood of failure. A growing population and higher costs led to the work not being prioritized. The report urgently recommends replacing the Bearspaw feeder main and any other at-risk pipe as quickly as possible, regardless of cost. It also calls for a dedicated water utility to manage and oversee the water supply.
We will be able to transform the current situation of having underfunded our reliability in this network of water infrastructure to becoming a leading class, reliable water utility that can serve Calgarians for decades to come.
The report did not address the recent break in the Bearspaw feeder main, but says the recommendations would help prevent future breaks. City Council will meet this afternoon to decide next steps. The province is now reporting more than 100 Albertans with the flu have died after a significant jump in numbers. After updating numbers from previous weeks, the number of deaths has climbed from 73 to 110. More than 2,700 people have been hospitalized. 21% of Calgarians have been vaccinated, with 19% of Albertans getting immunized. The province says getting vaccinated is the best way to protect yourself from influenza. A woman faces a criminal charge after a pylon was tossed off a downtown high-rise onto a sidewalk below. Police say they got several complaints after this video was posted online showing someone throwing a pylon over a balcony in the 1100 block of 3rd Street Southeast. Investigators say the 13-pound pylon was tossed from the 14th floor on Saturday. A 28-year-old woman is charged with mischief causing danger to life. Police say this was an incredibly dangerous act, and it's lucky no one was seriously hurt or killed. A Calgary woman desperate to find her missing sister has been the target of heartless scammers. Deanna Erickson vanished last year. Someone, somewhere, sent her sister a disturbing AI-generated photo of the missing woman and demanded Bitcoin for her return. Jacqueline Wilson reports.
Shelby Erickson won't give up hope. Her sister, missing since last spring, is alive.
She always was such a loving person and caring person. Like, she cared for all animals and all people.
Deanna Erickson was last seen getting off of a bus near the Shoppers Drug Mart in Walden on June 6th around 11 p.m., seeming disoriented. Shelby thinks she asked a stranger for a ride home.
Deanna didn't just take off, or she didn't just vanish. Like, she asked someone knows something, and they're just not coming forward.
Police say the case remains open, and Shelby frequently posts about her search on social media. And that's where, in December, someone tried to scam her out of $10,000. The fraudsters used artificial intelligence to make a fake picture of Deanna tied up and being held hostage in a van, and told her to send them the money through Bitcoin or they'd kill her.
At that time, I was just like in shock and so scared, and I was going to go to the police right away.
Police say artificial intelligence has become an increasing problem, and missing person cases are a target.
We're starting to see in missing persons cases where victims are being contacted by criminals who are trying to extort them out of funds.
You simply can't believe your eyes anymore. Somebody shows you an image, immediately you have to question, is that real or is that AI? And in this case, it was a really nasty use of it because they created an alleged ransom photo of this person and their family's been looking for them. So it's quite a cruel hoax.
The incident hasn't stopped Shelby's drive to find answers. She's started a GoFundMe to raise money for a reward and to support the search effort. Anyone with information about Deanna's whereabouts is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Calgary.
Police tell us the case is still open, and they're looking to speak with anyone who may have seen or interacted with Deanna between 9 and 11 p.m. on June 6th. 3 out of 10 offices in downtown Calgary are vacant, according to a report from CBRE. The Report says office vacancy downtown rose to 30.4% in the fourth quarter of last year. It also says some of the city's vacant offices were absorbed by conversions to residential properties. Among Canadian cities, the market softened the most in Calgary and Ottawa. There are bright spots in the Calgary market. Vacancy in the industrial sector is 5%, the lowest it's been since 2023. The organizer of a petition to recall Alberta's education minister says they still have a long way to go. The deadline is approaching for the petition to oust Dimitrios Nikolaitis. The woman behind it, Jenny Yeremy, says she has gathered about 6,000 signatures so far, but she needs another 10,000 signatures in the next 2 weeks. That would force a vote in Calgary-Bow on whether Nikolaitis should remain in the legislature. It's the first of 26 petitions to unseat Alberta MLAs. Public school boards in Calgary and Edmonton say they've removed dozens of books from libraries to comply with a new Alberta government order. The Calgary Board of Education says it has removed 44 books, but it won't list which ones they are. The Edmonton Public School Board says it's removed 34 books. The provincial policy announced last fall requires school boards to remove books with explicit images or illustrations of sexual content. The Alberta government has set up a website focused on its proposed new pipeline to the BC coast. The webpage shows the status of the most recent efforts. The UCP government is demanding the removal of blocks to a new pipeline, such as the North Coast tanker ban and federal environmental regulations. It's also facing opposition from First Nations groups and the province of BC. The Prime Minister signed a memorandum of understanding with Alberta to expedite the project if it can get support from those stakeholders. The province hopes the website will help attract an investor and says it will submit the proposals to the Major Projects Office by July 1st. WestJet is defending a cabin redesign following a viral video showing a couple squished into their seats. This video was taken on December 27th and has racked up more than 1 million views on TikTok. It shows Amanda Schmidt's parents with their knees tucked under the seat backs in front of them on a flight from Edmonton to Toronto. The Calgary-based airline says 21 of its planes have been reconfigured in an effort to get more passengers on board and offer a range of ticket prices. Those aircraft have less legroom, an extra row of seats, and charge more for those that recline.
I mean, you can hear us joking and laughing in the video because it was like, it felt like a joke. Like this was, when you buy a seat for a human, you should be expected to get a seat for a human. And we did not get that.
In a statement, WestJet says it's closely monitoring guest and employee feedback to assess performance, comfort, and suitability. It also says the cabin redesign follows Transport Canada's safety standards. Calgarians are being invited to recognize the remarkable people and organizations shaping their community. The 2026 Calgary Awards aim to pay tribute to residents in 5 categories: the W.O. Mitchell Book Prize, the Award for Accessibility, the Environment, International Achievement, and Community Achievement. From grassroots volunteers to city-building leaders, the awards highlight those whose efforts have a positive impact on us and the city. The nomination period ends January 25th. Award winners will be announced in June. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more on the top stories coming up on CTV News at 5 and 6 or anytime online at ctvnewscalgary.ca.